keeping for good. Nigerians now and never. You either love it or lose it forever. Nigerians now and never. You either love it and keep it for good. Freedom is now and never. You either win it or lose it forever. Freedom is now and never. You either win it or keep it for good. Let me hear you. See that. All right, my people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. We are back here again on this one. Happy Sunday to every one of you right there. How on a day, my good people. Yes, I bet make una join us, make una help us share this one. This one a direct message from our brother Comr Stanley to the governor of Edo State, Governor Godwin Inogera say Obaseki. My people, how on a day. Is anybody right there with me? If you are there with me, let me know you are there with me. Let's do this together. Help us to share. Let others know that we are right here now. Yes, our brother Comr Stanley I get this message. We will come present on us. So, my good people. Yes, I can see my people that they here with me. Happy Sunday to you, sir. How you day? See for John. Good afternoon, sir. To you, happy Sunday to you as well. Thank you very much for joining us. I beg, make una help me share. As soon as you join, make una share. May others know so we're here. And I already help I dey ask una every day. Now be that. If you do that one for me, even though I not see am, my God go reward you. And so they be. You know, make una dey help me they share, make una they press like. Only that one I'm contented because I want my voice to go far. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing my best. I cannot do it all, but now what I feel still do for my dope people now they do every time when I see me for screen like this. And now our duty now to still help us they share. Many people they hear what they do for you. Only if you think say what they do, say a good thing, no. Because sometimes when they see where they know they share good things, people go share them. You know, say that thing where you share, so not be good thing, but you go share them, go full everywhere. But for one person, they will talk waiting good. You know, they see people share them. Then you will now start asking yourself that what's happening? How come people don't share good things, but where people are, insulting each other, where people are fighting, where things are happening that is not relevant to you, you see people go share them for their platforms. You say, what is happening? So it's very important to make we embrace what is right and let others hear our voice. If you check your heart, if you think we are doing the right thing. My people, I greet you again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. This one now from our brother, as I talked about before, Comr Stanley as well as and I can send this message, go give our governor Godwin Obaseki. Thank you very much. I see say Lebe saying those share. Now God bless you. I appreciate you for that. Kingsley Omozi, thank you very much for joining us, sir. I appreciate you. Vivian Rose, my sister right there. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. I better make we listen to our brother Comr Stanley Sazos on the waiting you can tell Governor Obaseki and the cabinet. Thank you, my people, and God bless you now.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you watching me from. I remain my humble self, yours, noble right activist, Comrade Stanley Usaze Usa Winokodi, the Coordinator General, Edo Diaspora Forum Connect Worldwide, the CEO Stanley Usadi Enterprise. In fact, the CEO Foreman Edo State. Today happens to be a beautiful Sunday, which also be my resting day, because from Monday till Saturday, we are always in the bush as a professional bushman. In the past, when somebody say you are a bushman, I'll be angry. But today, when you say you are a bushman, I totally agree with you, because I spent majority of my time in the bush. Yes. Share this video and invite your friend. You know, in our society today, our political activities has gone beyond mere discussion, using resources and political strength to compel people to vote for you, or having a plan that someone somewhere is in the aim of affair in Abuja that can manipulate an electoral process to suit your need. But as we speak today, our society has gone beyond that. So that is why it is imperative on the part of every individual to do what is right, so that at the end of the day, when election comes, people mobilize themselves in mass based on your performance standard. And I think we are approaching the 2023 presidential elections and the anticipated 2024 elections here in Edo State. And this time, we must make sure that what we do today determines where we are tomorrow. Election has gone beyond earmark. Earmark. It is not I mark. What you have done. Now let me tell us the simple truth before I go to the major focus of our discussion today. In politics of Edo State, favoritism is no longer there. Now this man I like pass. Now this woman I like pass. It's no longer there. It is about what you have in stock to benefit the people. And I won't lie to you. No single politician is ready to drain himself with other politicians.
All right, my people, I need to quickly wish my brother happy birthday for you, Kingsley Omozi. Happy birthday to you. May God grant you all your heart desire. May you never labor for others to enjoy. I wish you all the best. I wish you good health, long life, in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Happy birthday once again. Thank you very much. I love this. Many people, they tell us their birthday, make they celebrate now. You know, now God bless you, my lovely brother there, Kingsley. Thank you. Happy birthday to you once again. We'll continue to listen to our brother here, Comr Stanley. Osaze Osa Winowodin.
The best thing is, if you are in the aim of affair, be very, very vigilant. Because if you are going down, they will pretend as if they are willing to go down with you. But when it gets to the level at which such an individual becomes irredeemable, they all will withdraw. Now today, I have a message to the government of Edo State, an advisory role. And I think this was exactly what I said immediately after the elections. I said, we all must come together as one to make sure we move Edo forward. Everyone must not be in position. But even if you are not in position, you can as well better your state. So this is the basis of my discussion this morning. A message to the government of Edo State. Ably targeted to His Excellency, Governor Obaseki. Sir, we are aware of the fact that the Nigerian economy is facing huge economic recession. This is not about politics, owing to the fact that the inability for the presidency and the federal government to manage the economy. We've seen a situation where our economy today is facing huge economic imbroglio. Just recently, a member of the House of Representatives openly stated that in the last budget, Nigeria is using over 3 trillion naira to service debt, which is almost the same amount of money designed for capital projects. What about your current expenditure? It shows that even if the federal government is telling us today that don't worry, it will be good, it can never be good, except with God's intervention. And God with a manna will never fall from heaven. God will not come down from heaven. So it is our managerial skills that will decide if this country or the state will move forward or not. It is also true that when we trickle our activity to a Edo State, despite the dwindling economic resources, we have never seen a situation where staffs and workers under the Edo State government comes out to say we have not been paid. So I think there is kudos in that regard. And if we have to look at the little resources that is available within the coffer of the country, I know Edo State have a very large IGR, internally generated revenue. We are really trying. A very huge one at that. I think government cannot tar the whole roads in Edo State within a period of 8 years. But government can impact positively within a period of 8 years. So I'm coming out with an idea. I just choose to use the social media handle to send this message to you. So that at the end of the day, everyone will know that yes, we all play our role to ensure that Edo becomes a better place. Sir, if you wait to artifact all the roads in Edo State, you can't achieve that. A selected road must be identified, which you must construct in full. Then what about other roads? Sir, I think it is very important for Edo State government to import earth-moving machines. We are approaching the dry season. Import earth-moving machine. To some of us like Osagunogudi, I have earth-moving machines that I can bring into bear. It is readily available. Now, sir, when you are fixing other roads, artifacting them, there are some roads that need urgent intervention. During this dry season, sir, when you have something like grader, then you have this rammer machine. We have borrow pits across Edo State. And I think if these borrow pits, if the government approach this borrow pit to say, we need latrate, because any borrow pits that you see, they excavate the latrate before they get directly to the reserve that it sells. Latrate is the cheapest of all. And as a government, you can visit any of these borrow pits to get latrate from them. So if we fill all this road with latrate, and the grader comes into play, and the grader moves this latrate, graze this latrate on this road, then you come with the rammering machine to move around this road. So believe you me, even if those roads are not constructed in totality, it will be feasible for people to move to engage in their economic activities. Even these latrates, even if you cannot artifact those roads at that particular time, believe me, within the period of the next 3 years that is remaining in your administration, sir, you must have been able to touch all facets of Edo State. This is an advice. There are some roads that are not even motorable. E.g., a classical example is Iguomo Road. That is from my community. We have every other roads across the state. And if you look at the resources that is available within the purview of the government of Edo State, even if you promise heaven and earth, it is not feasible. You can't do it. You can't. But if you adopt this means, believe me, it will give the citizen more hope to say, okay, we know that you are not here yet, but we have been remembered. That certainly, someday, sometime, the government of Edo State will come to artifact this road. Now, you come in with your earth-moving machine. It is not it. I said we have some that we can bring into bear. But the government needs theirs as well. How much will it cost to get a rammer machine? A government can even get 10. How much will it cost to get a bulldozer in a situation where you want to open new roads? Because what we have today is an existing road that has been created by government in the past. If we want to really have a salubrious environment, there is need for us to create a new town. It is also important that we have overhead bridge in Edo State. But because of the little resources that is available within our disposal, according to what you said, from the initial stage of this administration second time, let us not call for that. But I think we can open new routes, and we can as well bring in system that can better the existing rule, even if they are not artifacted for now. Because if we wait for artifact, some persons will run away from their houses. I think this idea is very important. I have this in my mind before now, but I think it is very, very proper for me to come through the public domain to state this point. And I know if you adopted this, Your Excellency, it's going to help you in no small way. It won't cost anything. The earth moving machine comes. How much is diesel that the government cannot fund? We must have someone somewhere that have the capacity to drive. I have said it before now, and I'm going to repeat it again. We have this earth moving machine available. If we are commissioned to carry out this task, we will do it to the end. And believe you me, the resultant of our actions will be efficacious. And more accolade will be attributed to the state government. The truth of the matter is simple. Majority of citizens does not even need much. Let me use myself as a classical example. Your Excellency, you know and you are aware that since you finished your elections for the second term, I have never called your phone. And I have never even sent you a single WhatsApp message nor a text. I have never even said, Your Excellency, what will you IDB? I have not done that. But I think, and I have not even called anybody to say, how far is the appointment going? And I never said I don't need it. Get it clear. I am not here to deceive anybody. I want to be very, very factual and straight. But I stated clearly that I am not going to hustle for it because what we did in the past is enough for the government to come to our house to say, go and call that boy, we want to see him. So we cannot do all we have done in the past and we'll still come out and say, hi, dinner, that fine. No. We have much in us that we can use to deliver it. We mustn't be a member of the executive council or in any position in the state before we can come up with this idea. Your Excellency, if you do this, believe me, you will achieve success and your name will be written in good. Now, if we look at what happens in the Shomole administration, like in the area of the downtown, where you are going to New Benin, Costain area, it was a World Bank intervention. But the level of sincerity, because the World Bank has been in existence before now, there have been World Bank intervention before now, but governments in the past are using it to enrich themselves. But the Shomole administration brought in those mechanisms, and then you were one of those who sponsored those activities as the head of economic team. And I know your ability to do what is right. So, Your Excellency, let's target this area. Believe me, if you do this during the dry season, and you see, let me tell you something. I am from the construction industry. I read urban and regional planning as a profession. And I understand what an environment is and how to manage an environment properly. Sir, it won't cost anything. When you have laterals on ground, and this lateral is being rammed by a rammer machine in the dry season, before the rainy season comes, even when rainy season comes, it cannot uproot that laterals. No way. Then when the state is buoyant enough, even if it is not your government, the next government may come to consolidate on the existing existing laterals and make it add artifacts to it so that it can become a third road. I could recall that you introduced an indigenous road construction mechanism that may be adopted in the future. But for now, we needed more of this palliative to give people the opportunity to move directly to their houses, which we consider as feasible, determinable, and feasible absolute. Your Excellency, sir, I must confess to the fact, and I know, majority of citizens are not truly aware of the responsibility of government. That is the truth. Where it is expedient of them to confront the federal government, they will be saying Obaseki. Where is it expedient of them to confront Obaseki, they will be saying Buhari. I think the state orientation agency should be reawakened. Citizens must be taught what is expected of them as an obligation to the state and the society. And if by the power of God we can revamp this radio sector, believe me, we can then imbibe the maintenance culture. You could recall in the past that under the tutelage of the Adamushole administration, we have street lights lighting in the road on our streets. Those street lights, if we have maintenance culture, is supposed to still be in existence. But again, people want us to repeat it. And if it is repeated again and you leave, because of lack of maintenance culture, it will be destroyed and then we still demand street light from the next government. So, sir, the orientation agency should be reawakened, or if need be, the state should come out with a well-orchestrated communication mechanism that can give a feedback to the government of the day. Now, if you look at the rate at which motorists and pedestrians moves along the road, you will see a vehicle driving recklessly, they will just end up jamming street light, removing the barricades on the road that separates the carriageway from the pedestrian walkway, that separates the two lanes from each other. Sometimes you see trailer, sometimes you see bus driver hitting the street light. And when the street light is hit, they go scot-free. And at the end of the day, government abandons the street light. You will end up noticing that because of this lack of maintenance culture, the system cannot be revamped. And then, when one is removed, two is removed, three is removed, around all tributaries of the state, you find out that the state will be in total darkness. In the past, the street light was powered with generator and fuel. How much do we have to power generator and fuel in the state? And as we speak today, in my little area that I stay, I have been able to street light the area. If you come to my area in the night, from the beginning of my street to the end, I have never said this on Facebook. If you come to my area where I stay, Your Excellency, you cannot see darkness in the whole of that area. I place street light from the beginning down to the end. I attracted transformer to that area, and any moment from now, the lightning of the transformer will commence in totality. Because for now, it has become a community-based lightning system. We are still waiting for the honorable member to do the needful. But while we are putting mechanism on ground to see how we can light up that transformer, energize it, so that majority of persons can benefit immensely from the process. With this, Your Excellency, if all this is done, believe me, because if the citizens are not aware, the maintenance culture is not there. Even if you build all the roads in the state, even if you fix all the street lights in the state, people are coming back to destroy them. Now let's look at what happens to the red roof revolution in Edo State. Under the Oshomole administration, the 5.5 billion UBE fund, Oshomole used it to bring out red roofs in the state. We have state-of-the-art education structure with good chairs in their various classes. As I today go to this place, you notice that there are no chairs in these classrooms again. If vandals refuse to encroach, the student may destroy it. On a daily basis, go and look at this roof, the ceiling fan. If I can show you those things, if you want to see it, ceiling fan, people will just go there. Ceiling fan that is as low as 20,000 naira, 15,000 naira. Somebody will go there to go and steal it. They will go there. If after stealing it, the classroom will be returned to toilet. As we speak today, it is not up to about 8 years since Oshomole left power. But go check those things. People have vandalized it. So I think no matter what government does, if the people are not aware, if the people are not sensitized enough, believe me, they will come back again to destroy it. Please share this video. Share this video. This is an advice to the Edo State government. And I think if we follow suit, all this advice, the resultant thing, let me tell you this simple truth, Your Excellency. We are your loyalists. We are working with you. We stand by you. We are shouting Obaseki, Obaseki, Obaseki. Believe me, the whole of us will deny you if you fail, including your best friend, including your Sapodopodi. The whole of us will deny you. Let nobody deceive you. You know, when you are living in affluence, when you are opportune, you have so many friends. You cannot. It's just like a man. Let's take an example. A man who already have a completed building, who have a well-to-do business, he has everything, and is single. And ladies are coming to say, "Oh, I love you, baby." The man would think that, "Oh, these women love me." No, if you want to know they love you, live yourself. You will know that these ladies, majority of them are not really concerned about your person. It's because they know that that environment will be salubrious. So if they have opportunity to infiltrate into you, they are going to live in the rest of their life under affluence. But the truth of the matter is simple. If you don't have anything within your disposal, the one that still remains with you will be your real wife. And that's why to some of us, we are very glad today that God gave us the opportunity to get married while we are busy doing kapu kapu along the road. Your Excellency, sir, first, we cannot put everything at a time. A selected agenda must be identified. I have came out with this idea, sir. To some of us, we have access to these borrow pits. It is a please share this with you. It is available. I believe if government decides to say every borrow pit in the those states every month give us 100 trips of latrats, they will be willing to give it out. Because this latrat, even those borrow pits, they have what we call FOC. FOC. It means free of charge. When you buy 2 sands or 3, as the case may be, from one borrow pit, they give you FOC. That is why you see that tipper drivers are very rich, because they sell both the normal sand that they bought from the borrow pit and the FOC they give to them to prospective developers. So if a borrow pit owner can give an FOC to tipper driver who just bought, what about the state that gave them the opportunity to operate within the ambit of the law? So I think if you request 100 latrats, they are willing to make it available. And when these latrats are located in different locations in our streets, and the earth moving machine, like the grader, comes in and the grader creates it, then the rammer machine comes in, Your Excellency, believe me, all roads in Edo State will be motorable, but all roads in Edo State may not be artifacted. And citizens will be happy because they know. Let me tell you, an average Edo citizen is not a lazy man. And I always tell people, if God gives you opportunity, don't consider the other man lazy. It is just an opportunity. In 2003, before we got into the alma mater, we were almost redundant. We were never lazy. But as of today, on a daily basis, we continue to strive. So if you are given opportunity, do not consider the next man lazy. It is rather unfortunate that we are in a society where who no man must no man before an idea can be implemented. I believe this is a very smooth and lucrative idea. Although Nebuchadnezzar in Kaseswa, no man shall be a judge in his own case. I have only came out with an idea, but the only feedback where I will know that this idea is right or wrong is the feedback that I will get on my Facebook handle. So if you think that this idea is right, please type yes. I needed the feedback to see if this idea, because I cannot be a judge in my case. It might look very sweet in me when I'm saying it, but those consuming my information may see it as a blunder. So if you think that this idea is okay and it can better address at least 30% of our road problem in the state, kindly type yes. I'm following up.
All right, my people, I don't come again. I want to join my Nigeria Watch family to wish our brother JB I be happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Mr. JB, right there. I wish you all the best that life can ever give. I wish you all in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you very much for letting us know that today will be your birthday. I wish you all the best, good health, long life, and all the good things of life in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Happy birthday once again. Yes, my brother Henry say, Nigeria Watch, please pause and let's talk about this advice. Most of these ideas. Has nothing to do with PDP obstructing his administration. Yeah. Some people want to call in. For me, I don't say once me enter his side now. The Jaguar can come out for his side. I know they come out. And people say make I let people they talk more than me. So anybody that want to call in, all the advices that Comr Stanley has just is passing to the governor right now. Yes, you can call in and let us know if you are accepting it, opposing it, if it's a good advice or not, or if the advice is coming too late or it's coming too early. Just leave your opinion. Leave your opinion because, to be honest, this is what me I've always been talking about. I want everyone to be talking. You know, you don't need to insult the governor, just be talking. You know, it doesn't matter if you love the governor. You don't love the governor more than me. You know, if you love the governor and you're not telling him the truth, that means you're biased. Say the truth, say it how it is. At least waiting Nigeria was they talk for so long now. Will I say that they affect people now gradually? Though they reach many of una now, don't reach Comr Stanley as well as I going to go the side now in though they talk. Because if you check all this advice where Comr Stanley as well as going to go they give now, normally he's supposed to give this advice earlier than this. Although everybody get their own time, the right time, maybe in your post, they watch, maybe governor go to one by himself. But I think I know say, time don't go, make I quick give my own advice in case this man not do one, I'll get with it, I go fit a pepper out tomorrow. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. If you have any advice, anything you want to talk about that can move those step forward, always talk about it, my people. Always talk about it, to be honest, because those they belong to all of us. Some of them we call the worship governor. Once they don't enter position, they see the sin that they be your God. Now, I mean, no understand. Anyway, make I acknowledge my people. I never acknowledge. Patricia Enofe, my lovely sister right there. I see you. Osazuwa, Irowa, I see you right there. Good afternoon to Una. Everybody right there. Thank you for joining us. I see Eric. Oh, I see you. Favor Braid. Thank you very much for joining us. Israel Semota, my brother. Sorry about that. Thank you very much for joining us, Rose. I see you. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much. I see Nancy Stone right there. Frank Omorigbe, I see you right there. Thank you very much for joining us. Vivian La Rose, I see you once again. Rita Adams, thanks for joining. Kingsley Abbott, thank you for joining us. So, my people, make all of us they talk. Make they talk. If anybody want to call in, I think I will put phone number for there. Make people for take call in. Make they talk and they go. Anything which you say, Comrade Stanley as well, I'm gonna put the talk where you know they or you don't agree with, or you think you want to oppose it. Of course, why not? You can call in, oppose them. You know, anybody can oppose anybody. You can oppose me, can oppose anybody, as long as you know you are not insulting anybody. Why not? Yes, my people, more continue to listen to them. Thank you very much, my people. God bless you all.
To see if this idea is a little bit okay. Yes, when we talk about development is all about idea. America did not start today. America got their independence in 1776 from Britain. France got their independence in 1791 from the same Britain. But as of today, they are one of the most developed countries of the world. This is because they welcome ideas. So, Your Excellency, with what I'm saying here, let me not conclude yet. I keep watching. I keep watching the yes comment. I keep watching the yes comment. So I think this alone can as well address some little problem. And now let me tell you, we need an enabling environment in the new state. And one thing that the government of this state must check is multiple taxation.
Yes, my people. I don't know what happened right there. Let's bring it back again. For some reason, I don't really know what happened. 1 minute, my people. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Let me take it back to the way where we were, you know.
At least 30% of our road problem in the
I
state
think I
can
guess
be
it's
type
better
hits.
now.
I'm following up to see if this idea is a little bit okay. Yes, when we talk about development is all about idea. America did not start today. America got their independence in 1776 from Britain. France got their independence in 1791 from the same Britain. But as of today, they are one of the most developed countries of the world. This is because they welcome ideas. So, Your Excellency, with what I'm saying here, let me not conclude yet. I keep watching. I keep watching the yes comment. I keep watching the yes comment. So I think this alone can well address some little problem. And now let me tell you, we need an enabling environment in Edo State. And one thing that the government of Edo State must check is multiple taxation. Multiple taxation is frustrating the economic mainstay of so many persons in Edo State. This one will say, I'm this. Local government revenue will come. State revenue will come. Individual will say, this one is what we'll collect here. And a man who happens to operate a barbing salon, who gets a revenue of on a daily basis, let me not identify specific revenue. And this man, there is no power in the country. As we speak today, I can authoritatively confirm this. All government offices in Edo State use Osiyomo power plants, even up to GIS. So for those who are not aware that Osiyomo power plant is working, but I want to tell you the truth. The Edo State government does not have the right to supply electricity to anybody. If he tries it, the federal government and BEDC will take him to court. But it's rather unfortunate that the campaign, while we are campaigning, the government did not state it clearly. We have more power in the state. Go to Azura. We have Azura power plant in the state. Edo has much power to give you 24 hours light. But what is the enabling laws on ground? If the government of Edo State mistakenly send Osiyomo power plant to one compound, just one compound, a consumer, wait for BEDC. When the governor came out the other time to cry out to say, BEDC, they are frustrating our efforts in bringing light. It is true. As we speak today, there are 24 hours power supply in all the government offices in Edo State.
Comr Stanley was also I could not quote him, my brother. You know I love you, but I will always tell you the truth. You just said that the Edo State government doesn't have right to put light in Edo State or whatever. And what you concern me for Isaiah and Abi say, you said that unfortunately did not stated it well during the time of campaign. Governor Obaseki know what he's doing. I'm sorry, he know what he's doing. He's a governor. You know, I don't understand what you mean by he didn't state it well. And apart from that, you work with Governor Obaseki. You're supposed to be the one that will let him know during that time. In fact, the video you are making today now to say that the governor didn't know or he didn't state it clearly that he cannot give Edo State people light. I wish you did this video exactly immediately when they campaign with that same light that is going to give us light. During that time, you can do this video. Say, no, governor, no. You are not stating it well. This is how you're supposed to say it. I believe say for better. You know, to be honest, me, they talk them all the time. Oh, no, they let things they spoil first before they talk them. You know, Comr Stanley was you are very, very brilliant man. You know, as because this way they talk no now. So if you foreseen it, you know, or you notice then that the governor didn't state it well. Of course, everybody here the time with governor, they tell everybody, they deceive everybody, say you want to give us social power plan. You want to give everybody use and take campaign, everybody. But now you say the governor, fortunately, he not give us light because he not state town where he supposed no say not give us light. Now only that area I don't understand. Be like I will carry you come. Maybe you can't analyze and you can't tell us, you know, properly the way we will understand what you are trying to say. Because the governor not free us use something to take campaign tomorrow, you can't say that mistake. Say make una not vessel. I be say I'm not gonna say no. You are playing with the life of people right here. Comr Stanley, I'll still applaud you at least for talking about it right now. But I wish this was addressed, like 7, 8 months ago. It would have been much better. In fact, the overheat what they give governor now. I wish that the first month now we start to give up. Or no, the gullible ones where they attack us, say don't talk to governor, give them time. Therefore, still talk. They'll still say no, ordinary 1 year. One month for office, you don't ask a question. Now, more than not they talk say 1 year, 5 years. Some people say talk say more give and time, more give and time, more give and time. Anyway, more continue to hear from Comr Stanley as well as Come get many questions women go ask him today as my lovely brother. Thank you, my people. Wanna hear him.
Man who happens to operate a barbing salon, who gets a revenue of on a daily basis, let me not identify specific revenue. And this man, there is no power in the country. As we speak today, I can authoritatively confirm this. All government offices in Edo State use Osiomo power plants, even up to GIS. So for those who are not aware that Osiomo power plant is working, but I want to tell you the truth. The Edo State government does not have the right to supply electricity to anybody. If he tries it, the federal government and BEDC will take him to court. But it's rather unfortunate that the campaign, while we are campaigning, the government did not state it clearly. We have more power in the state. Go to Azura. We have Azura power plant in the state. Edo has much power to give you 24 hours light. But what is the enabling laws on ground? If the government of Edo State mistakenly sent Osiomo power plant to one compound, just one compound, a consumer, wait for BEDC. When the governor came out the other time to cry out to say, BEDC, they are frustrating our efforts in bringing light. It is true. As we speak today, there are 24 hours power supply in all the government offices in Edo State. But does the government have the right to extend this power to individual houses? No. I have told you before that we have power, different power process. We have power generation, power transmission, and power distribution. Power generation lies solely on the federal government. Power transmission lies solely on the federal government. The federal government today do not blame BEDC. Blame BEDC for distribution, but don't blame them for power generation. The Nigerian government since 1999 has spent over $58 billion in power. Till date, no light. Do you know what is $58 billion? When Ukrainian economy, when Russia took over Crimea, and Viktor Yanukovych was the president of Ukraine at that time, when there was problem, the Ukrainian economy requested for a sum of just $1 billion to rebuild their economy, compared to $58 billion. A whole economy requested $1 billion compared to $58 billion. Go and compare what the Olumelu report said about power and steel sector. That Obasanjo should be held responsible. Why light is not in the $16 billion spent in power and steel. Today no light. Very good, very good. Frank Efosa, you have said something. You said, Comrade, why can't that so-called Osoma power plant be used to power the street light? Fine. That is where the state government must come into play to fix the street light and power the street light. If citizen request for street light, it's not a bad idea. It is not a bad idea. Now let me tell you something. I said in the past that in my street, a man came to supply drinks all the way from Jebuede, Star Company, if I'm not mistaken. He came with trailer. I just said my house. There is one commercial drink depot where a man sells drink. He is an OC seller. So he gets from this company directly because he's a registered distributor in this company. So this company supplies him this drink, which eventually individuals who are retailers visit the man on a daily basis to buy to sell in their various shops. So a truck driver brought a trailer load of drink. He came by 5 o'clock in the evening. And eventually, he came by 5 o'clock in the evening. I will respond to every of our comments because as we speak, we are targeting how we can build a better Edo State. So a feedback must come in so that we can read it. But we can read it. But let me tell you, be rest assured that the government of Edo State is hearing you. Just be rest assured that the government of Edo State is hearing you. So bring in your comments and questions. Now, so this truck driver came in by 5. So they needed to fill all the necessary documents that they need for approval before they can discharge. So it was late. The owner already left. As at 11 o'clock in the night to about 12, I heard from a window. I was sleeping because my wife that even called my attention. Hey, come help me. Already people around my area was already started calling my phone. Hey, something happened, there's something happened. The next thing we heard, boom! A man was shot. Everyone was afraid. Who did this? These set criminal elements. Let me not just target an individual, but I know that these criminals are Fulanis. Sorry, I'm not attacking any tribe, but this is exactly what happened. So later on, so everyone was afraid to really come out. So every individual protected their territory. So immediately, I called the police radio center. I called one of the policemen around my area. They sent me a police control room. I immediately placed a call to the police control room. The police control room told me that they are going to get back to me in 5 minutes. I commended the police that very day. Believe me. Immediately, the DPO in charge of my territory called me. Hello, the distress call just came by your area. I said, yes, so area. Not up to about 20 minutes. The police showed up. On getting to the environment, do you know what happened? When they must have shot this man, they took the vehicle. They rushed into the trailer of this man. They started it. You know, when you start a trailer, you have to wait for a period of time. When the trailer there's a noise that the trailer will make. Then you know that the trailer is set to move. These people did not even wait. They jumped into the trailer. They used reverse to move away from the street. It was the vigilantes and all that intervened. Already this criminal started away with the trailer before the police came. So when the police now came, I have to come out from the house. We saw a man lying on the ground. Police did all what they are supposed to do before they came in the morning again to re-evacuate the cops. What caused that? Because that environment as at then was dark. If we had the street lights, the way I placed the street light on the area now, if we had the street light, believe me, they will be very, very careful. So to solve one insecurity in Edo, a street light must be on. So if anybody is calling for street light, I am not against it. In fact, the street light does not know its APC. It does not know its APGA. It does not know its PDP. The street light is applicable to all Edo people. And for those who have been following me, after the election, I said, and I quote, election is over. The government of Edo State is not the government of PDP. It's not the government of APC. It's not the government of AFGA. Whether you support the government or not, it is an Edo State governor and it is answerable to you. So you have the responsibility to express your opinions and view. But I want to limit my scope to the advice. But for those who requested that the Osiomo power plant should be used to power the street light, you are 100% right. And I know that such may already be part of the agenda. And now we already have the commissioners coming in. We still have some that are yet to come. 11 have been sworn in, and I think they are going to get to work and they must hit the ground running with immediate effect. And by the power of God Almighty, I want to call on all social media presenters. In fact, let me use this opportunity to thank Daniyaji YouTube. Let me thank Nigeria Watch. Let me thank Lamte Oriaki. I must thank you, these men, because despite the fact that you guys stood firmly to ensure that this government comes in, you have never rested when it comes to checking the activities of government and calling on government to do what is right in our contemporary urban world. Give me some minutes. Let me read comments so that I can respond. Good. Somebody said, Don Obudu or Buduweli Aigbe. Don Obuduweli Aigbe. He said that money, $58 billion, was divided by our leaders. They did not even spend up to one sixth of the money. They did not even spend any of the money. They ate it. Okay, one more question again. You are very right, Mr. Obuduweli. From Mr. Frank. Say one more question. Can the flooding in Edo be blamed on Obaseki government? Oh, believe you me, there are some questions that I cannot answer. I won't deceive you because I am not the spokesperson to Edo State government. In fact, I am Osakuno Hodi. I am an individual. And as we speak today, we have essay on media, Kruso Saigi. I think Kruso Saigi, I will send this message to his WhatsApp, let him respond to Edo people. Mr. Frank Efosa, I will not respond to that question. I can only respond as an individual and not as a spokesperson to government, because I'm not here to answer, I'm not here to speak for Edo State government. Hey Salasi, he said I have to answer. On what ground do you want me to answer, sir? As who? As who? I want to clear this today. If you see that we are doing anything, not be government patronage you. Now also with the hustle by ourselves. And now they make the hustle possible. Because now they give us work. If you not give me work, forget, I'll be Babiala. God forbid, I don't feel Babiala in Jesus' name. I just try to tell you, see, now they work on and they give we. Then they make we the try small. May anybody not think and say, get copper. What will they get from government hand? We not do. In no day, everybody should get this clearly. I have stated it openly. No copper. We are not getting time from government. So everybody should know this. Now, all right. My friend Kolesimudia, the CEO of Kolesimudia Foundation, is pushing me. He said I have to answer. Yes, sir. I will answer what I can answer. Do you want me to go and lie to anybody? Let me tell you the simple truth. No individual. I repeat, I stated it before and I'm going to say it again. I promised to work for Governor Obaseki to emerge as the governor of Edo State. In fact, as the individual who came out with the Oga Charity Get Go, which later became the campaign song, I think I've done my best. But believe me, I never promised Obaseki that I'm going to destroy my integrity for him. I never promised Obaseki that I'm going to bury my political future for him. I am standing. I am Osakuno Podi. I am Osase. I am Eirema. I am Onwemyugie. My surname is Osadiaye. I am answerable to myself. And I have a responsibility as well to protect my own self and my own interest, because tomorrow I may become the governor of Edo State, or I may vie for the position of becoming governor of Edo State. And those who have the responsibility to make people governor are the people that are listening to me now. So we will be adjudged based on our characters today. So I am not ready to destroy myself for anybody. Okay. Prince Calvin Osariemen, a great man, member of Edo Diaspora Connect, and a man who gave me CFO to do. These are the men that have given us opportunity as well to strive. As I've said before now, Mr. Kevin knows what he has done for us at Woody. And at least to some extent, Mr. Kelvin, I should be able to answer your question. Let me screw back. Because to whom much is given, much is expected. You see, I know power generation lies solely on the federal government. But the state government still have the responsibility. Like most state roads, APA, anti-open grazing bill is there. Even the CFO issue is taking more than 7 months. Yes, sir. It is also true that the CFO activity before now takes more than those months. You also agree to the fact that, let me start from the CFO because that's my area. You also agree to the fact that the elections and the aftermath of elections, the court litigations and many more, even including the COVID-19 and many more, you agree to the fact that this may affect it. But as we speak today, I cannot speak for the CFO of it, but I can authoritatively tell you that they are extremely very fast now. As at now, they are extremely very fast now compared to the way it was in the past. So believe me, as a human, we continue to learn every day. What we don't know yesterday, as of today, we're going to learn it. Now, when you were in KG3, you say, oh man, what I did while I was in KG2, I fuck up, I don't try them again. As a big boy in KG3, I will never made any mistake. But when you get to primary 1, you know that you failed it woefully while you were in KG3. You see primary 1 as the greatest. When you are in 2, 3, 4. So that is how we continue to melt for us to development. And I know that we are going to achieve success at the end of the day. Now, the second question. In your question, sir, you said most roads are bad, anti-open grazing bill. It is also true. The anti-open grazing bill, I see no reason why the government of the state have not signed it. And I don't know if, let me not say anything, I think the government in itself should be able to answer that. But ordinarily it should be signed because virtually all that states have signed it. I don't know what is happening. But in line with the information getting to me through Bush Telegraph, I know that the government is already on course to sign that law. I can't authoritatively tell you this, but it's taking a long time because communication came to Sahuno through other person who visited. Because believe you me, I won't lie to you. If I'm idle, if I don't have anything doing, I would have gone to government house to say, how far this appointment you go? I will not tell you that I am too big. I choose to say I won't ask. No, it's because I'm busy. You have made me busy, Mr. Kelvin. And many of those around the world have made me busy. You have engaged me. So I have not actually gotten the time to go and request or to go and meet Edo State government. In fact, I'm using this opportunity to call on the chief of staff to Edo State government because I know that one is my very close friend and ally who have stood by me in so many ways. And I know there are requests I'm going to make that will better myself and my people in general. So let me keep that. I'm not going to make that public. I'm going to send an official correspondent or use informal means of communication to reach out to his chief of staff. Now, the open grazing bill, we've been able to talk about that. Mr. Kevin, I'm still in your question, still on your question. If you join me from the initial stage, I've came out with an alternative means to address the road problem in the Edo State. Our citizens are not asking much. In the electoral process, why citizens are thinking about the better future? Policy, when they get ready, we have place to go. So let me quickly tell you that now. Get ready, we have place to go. So I'll be with you at least by 3 o'clock. By 3 o'clock, I will be with you. So just have that. So most citizens don't even need much. Why citizens are taking for a better future, taking of a better future? We want good road, we need light, we need water. Politicians are thinking about the next election. Imagine Tinubu came to Nigeria. Instead of him to begin to talk, how are we going to get light? How are we going to fix? He said, if people tell me, if they keep insisting for me to run for an election, I will run. Who is insisting that Tinubu should run? Who is insisting? Tinubu is too old to run. Even if we needed somebody from the southwest to run, it's not Tinubu. We have promising men, intelligent men and women that have more ideas. Tinubu went to school in history. Contemporary problem was not part of the curriculum solved by Tinubu education system. As far as we are concerned, Tinubu and Buhari is the same. They both lack good idea in addressing problem, apart from using the military to intimidate people. That's what they know how to do best. They have no good economic ideas. A government that uses favoritism in appointing people. So what do they have to offer? Even if the power, I don't care where the power comes from, but it should be given to those who really have the ability to deliver. I am not here to campaign for anybody. But let's tell ourselves the simple truth and what ought to be done. Now, let me see if we have another question. Kolesibudia, we're not here to look at what Kolesibudia said. He said, you cannot categorically say things now, and your guy at the top will say another one. Not really, sir. But actually, I just want everybody to know this, and I've said it for now. I'm just a concerned citizen. The same, some persons say, I've received so many common 1,000. You guys made us to, you made us in Biafra to spend money to vote for the government. What is happening now? Believe you me, the whole of us worked the same way you work to make sure that the government comes into being. I have said it before now. Exam my result in my. Let's just wait. We can only adjust the governor immediately after his administration. And I've said it before now. Let this government get this clearly. I am not ready to sing with anyone. So what we have to offer now is what we are offering now. So that at the end of the day, the resultant of the development of Edo will be efficacious and all Edo people will benefit immensely. Now, let me go to other questions. We have questions here with us. Now, in respect to the feedback, the yes vote states clearly that majority of our citizens want this palliative to commence when this dry season comes in totality. Now, let me screw for questions. Kevin, if I've not answered the question, please. If I've not answered the question, please identify the gray areas so that I can go back. Somebody said, stand low, please. Don Oguduwemi, I will say, stand low, please draw the attention of the government to able to, even if they did advert the road, but they should grade it for the resident in that community. That's what I've just said. Believe me, it's going to manifest and to come to pass. Some of us will take this as our responsibility. He said, please, Frank, let me see answer now. You cannot hear Daniel. So you have said, well, please, sir, at the law college road, Ubowo leading to Ego Market, to bypass, hold up at Ubowo to the St. Phil, if not constructed, please. You see, government. You see what I'm talking about? People want this intervention first. Then artifact can come later. We cannot artifact all the roads in the do, but let's come in with this palliative. Now, the only problem we are having is that we have docile House of Representative members in Edo State. Apart from the man from Ovia, what's his name? Denko. The rest are almost docile. Apart from Denko, I've not seen anyone. Apart from Denko, which other one? Judicial Day is nothing to write home about. He's busy paying people to come online to come out to say, to be defending him. It's nothing to write home about. He's teaching people how to do tsunami house, tie and die, basso, filaunge. Zacchaeus Ogo is still trying to some extent, but his trying took place in his first term. I've not seen anything in the second term. So let's keep on the watch. I see it to Alemeke, and that one is sleeping on duty. Urogide did well to impress the people in his first term. Urogide, for now as we speak, is doing nothing. Now, if this House of Representative members or senators comes in with their own bulldozer to concentrate on comes in with this air moving machine to concentrate on their zone, it will as well complement the effort. While they are doing these palliatives, government of the state will be coming with at-farting. There must be a collective synergy. But all of them are sleeping. When you ask them, they will say, I don't have a budget. You don't have a budget. Okay, let's go and check your account balance. You are eating public funds. But I don't have a budget. Who am I? If you are not sleeping, who is Denko? Forget about party affiliation. Forget about party. Who is Denko? Is he not a member of House of Representatives? He's a lobbyist. Some people will say he's not a member. He's the member of the ruling party. That is why. Fine. Were we not part of the ruling party in the past? What did we achieve as members represented and all? But during elections, the all of them comes to Bulldozer to begin to say, we want to create your role because they want people to vote for them. Edo people do not vote for anybody if they fail. Do not. Don't make that single mistake to vote for anybody if they fail. This election that is coming in the future should be based on your antecedent and what you have done. Not because of the fact that you are handsome, you are tall, you are beautiful, you are stable. No. What have you done in the past? Except if you have not been tested based on government office. But we must have to trace your antecedent. What was your role while you were holding some position? To me, I can tell you where you're going to trace us. I'm going to qualify. I rounded up my first education in Naochi Polytechnic. Go there, I was president school of environmental studies. Go and ask. I do not think if, let me not say anything. I cannot be a judge in my case. As we speak, some few days ago, not of the about 2 months, or not of the about even a month, I talked about a Fulani taking over Archipelago, that the current art director must leave. So a few days back, the art director has been removed. New one came in. And that new one is from Urban and Regional Planning. My lecturer, Al Hassan, is not the art director of Archipelago. We have the voice by the power of God Almighty. He has been removed. The former one has been removed. And now the acting is there. Then I believe that for equity to prevail, other regions within that territory should be given opportunity as well to be the complete rector of the institution. Al Hassan, who is the current rector of the institution, is one of the most intelligent lecturers in that school. The only rector that died, that pains some of us to our bone marrow, is TPL Jima, Sonny Jima. Kai! So I've never seen a man that is as strict as TPL Jima. He was my dean. While I was the president, he was the dean of my school. See, that is the only lecturer that gives you -0. So when you write a test, he will first of all minus that one before you start to count. You must be serious now. You go and meet Sonijima, you want to block him. Are you crazy? You block Sonijima to say, take money, pass me. You can't now. Who are you going to block in my department? In Urban and Regional Planning. In fact, both School of Engineering down to environmental to art and design. You can see, as we speak today, Archipelago have the best artists in Nigeria. One confirm. You can stand on the road and go slow. Before you hear, they don't draw you. Before you hear, they don't draw you for ground. So we need expertise in our system. So let me take on that question. I don't understand. Bob Boss Highland said, hello, good afternoon. I really know that you supported the governor very well. But why can't you, why you're supposed to say, why can't you tell the governor the truth? There's no light in the center of Benin Kingdom. If you don't speak now, next time, nobody will believe you. Sir, maybe you just join us. Maybe you just join us. So, sir, you just have to replay this video to look at where we are coming from. We've talked about street light before now, sir, that it is very imperative. Sir, I am not ready to sell myself for anybody. Sir, we must speak the truth. But we must be diplomatic while speaking the truth, sir. That's also true. You cannot expect me to come and begin to say, well, you must, even the Bible stated clearly that respect the superior authority, because I gave them the opportunity to be there. So even if you want to pass a message across, you must as well be diplomatic. Thank you. Frank Efosa, he said he left Archipelago in 2005. That was almost when I finished my OND program. Yeah, almost there. All right. Other questions? Let me see. This is my sister, Tracy Egu Osawe. They stopped me when she was my friend, then when she did go by before she married. But she did go me sometimes for social media. But I know she would like this book as well. Okay. They say Olusegun Samuel Osawaru. Ah, this is your name, eh? Olusegun Samuel Osawaru. Say the OT Obaseki media team should be up and doing while we all agree that the composition of the state commissioner has taken too long to come on stream, but the media should be visible. Okay? But the media should be visible. Let me see. Should be visible, keeping the populace abreast of the policies of government, what the government is doing in all sphere of governance, and what they intend to do to ameliorate the suffering of the people. On your part, dish out weekly the media handle of the government, so some of us can put them on their toes. Apologies for the long comment. Why will you apologize? You have made a very wise comment, my brother Olusegun Samuel Osawaru, and I commend you for that. So let me see if we still have other questions before I continue, because I have stated clearly that it's going to be more or less like an interactive section. And we are all here talking about the betterment of Edo State and how we're going to move the state forward. And I came out with my own idea in respect to addressing the problem of roads in the state. Somebody said, we'll not hear you well. So if you are in respect to addressing, okay, my volume is okay now in the state. If you are not hearing me well, please let me know. All right. Let me see. So you are right about them good. The other needs to do something. That is the simple truth. The others are failures. E.g., Dishonorable Jude said there. He's very docile. Let me tell you something. I don't even have time to remember about you. But it is his people in Abuja that cause me. Medias in Abuja cause me. They will say, which kinds of rep come out from the zone like this with Abuja? We go on another pit or two. He not the talk fast. He not get anything to do. We just now blow. Nothing. He is very quick to dish out money to people to come out to do a live video to defend. I'm not the God. I'm not you. Every individual supported different candidates. Some supported Isaiah, while we supported Obaseki. Obaseki won, he lost. That is not a crime. If you are away, you will still be happy. We won. That's what we are celebrating. But now is the time to work. You have a right, even if you support the other divide, you have a right to ask your government a question. Do not come and be looking for Sakurobone. If you know that I am a local government chairman, if you know that I am a local councillor, you have the right to call me out. So, what is happening? But not like an ordinary citizen like you. I'm an ordinary citizen. On which capacity am I operating? But just that I cannot keep mood in my society. In a society where good people decide to remain quiet, evil people take charge of democratic infrastructure to suit their need and to perpetuate evil against the citizenry. So let me go for that question. Testimony release. I don't know the meaning of your comments because we are discussing. You said, as well talk, you could just the talk. Stanley, are you too young to be given the position of a commissioner? Now, what for you stay blessed? I'm not here to defend anybody, sir. I'm not too young to be given commissioner. Can I appoint myself a commissioner? No. Can I appoint myself in any position? No. As we still speak today, whether you like it or not, somebody must say, no. So I don't have that strength. I have my ideas with me, and I'm going to do my best. And this is my best. And if you look at the caption, let's advise the district government. That is the best I can give. I cannot say I want to be there. If you don't give me, I will die. You know. But if I'm called to say, I can be part of it. Do I have the money now to contest elections? No. Don't let anybody deceive you. The very day you announce that you want to contest election, that very day you have become an ATM machine. People is coming to withdraw, and that is not a guarantee that you are going to win. People are coming to withdraw, and it's not a guarantee. So, sir, I cannot appoint myself. I only do my best. Thank you. Angela, Andy, say please. He said, please tell Governor Obaseki to focus on delivering his promise and stop paying condolence visits and attending parties. Okay? I believe the governor will hear this. If I may suggest, the masses should vote out every government. Kelvin, Prince Kelvin, sorry, I think with the request I made, excuse me. Hello? Yes, last year back, I'm on live. All right. You see, that's true, my brother. But Wike is doing really good in his second term. If you go to his page, so much construction work, but our own is visitation, burial, even advert for State School of Nursing. Bros, believe me, if you go to that State School of Nursing, you will surprise. A very huge work is going on there. And the Wike that we are talking about, Wike is really performing exceptionally well. But if you compare the amount of resources that is applicable to Wike and what we have in the Edo State, even Delta State is richer than the Edo. So understand it. There are construction work that Wike can embark on. The Edo State government cannot hear it. I'm not justifying the fact that the Edo State government should remain idle. No. I believe within the ambit of the law, the government is carrying out operations as expected. But on your part, when you have other issues, great areas to be identified, do not hesitate to identify them so that government must pay attention to it. Because according to what Obaseki just said, he said Buhari is complaining that the met by decay system. He said if there are no problem, there will be no need for a president. The reason why we brought in president that this 11 statement is because there are problems. So there is no excuse for the government of Edo State not to perform. Because we have problem, and it was the problem on ground that attracted the people to vote for him, so he must perform. So why is College of Education is still closed up to now? Sir, I don't have answer to that particular question. I think this will be directed to Kruso Usaigi. First, it is not good for the college to be closed, but I don't know the reasons behind the state government action. So Kruso Usaigi is the best position to answer that particular question. Oh, yes. Do we still have other questions? Okay, I think I wish to bring someone in. If you wish to be part of the discussion, let me know. Why is Obaseki not supporting facts collected by state? For now, I do not know. I do not know Angela Andy. I do not know. I do not know. Let me know why I give you the wrong answer. Mendes Semedo, he say, good afternoon. Why is the government not extending its development to Urion local government council? Or there is no local government chairman in that region? Now, if you watch the video made by our brother, Jumbo Imade, otherwise known as 5K, is currently through his media handle calling on Edo people, mostly those from Uronipe community, to help in developing Uronipe community. And as we speak, the man has attracted so many street lights to his community through Edos around the world. And he made a statement yesterday while I was watching this live video. He said the government gave the sum of 12 million naira as a contract to somebody to establish that same street light in their zone. The person did not do a single street light. He said they should go and bring court paper to him. If he's lying, he can prove his point. So I think it is time now for us to call on those two government to go and identify who collected such contract and paid it. In Orion or local government. Uronipe is from Orion. And 5K, John Wimade promised to electrify that area from next week, where that money was supposed to be expended on. So, in respect to there are not so many secrets that must be unraveled so that people will know that government actually is intervening in these areas, but people are siphoning these resources. And government cannot be everywhere. If 5K refused to cry out, we won't have been aware that such things have happened. And I've blown it again now, and I think other bloggers are going to pick it from here so that those perpetrators should be brought to book. Any other question? Let me see if we still have another question. All right. Do we still have any other questions? So, in absence of other questions, you say, why has Obaseki refused to ban Traders Union Association as you have earlier advised? Yes, we advised in the past that the problem we are having in our local economy is and the surge in price is because of these unions, and that the government should ban them. But we have not emphasized more on this, and I think you have reinvigorated our memory in respect to this issue, and we've remembered, and we're going to make sure that we'll continue in this regard. Because if you want the economy to be balanced, as we speak, Dangote came out publicly to say that the production of Smith coming out from his office, if I'm not mistaken, about 2,700. As today, Smith is 4,000 naira. And let me tell you the secret of that business today. As we speak, the vehicle you are seeing in the street owned by Dangote, they are not Dangote's vehicle. Dangote brings out this vehicle, he gives it to distributor. Distributor collects the vehicle, pay about 500,000 naira every month to get this vehicle to themselves. It is the distributor that increases the price of cement. So government must check these activities of this distributor. We know their names. We can identify them. There are three in Edo. Three of them in Edo are the one increasing the price of cement in Edo. A man who engaged in business gets 300 naira per bag. Is it not enough? If cement is sold at 3,000 naira because we have economic recession, cement is supposed to be sold at the cost of 1,000 naira. One that Jonathan is worth 1,000 naira to 1,002. Buhari increased to 1,2, from 1,2 to 1,5, from 1,5 to 2,000, from 2,000 to 2,007 to 4,000. The people who are increasing the price of cement in Edo, we have cement in Edo here. Dangote has one of the biggest cement refinery in Ogbela. Boa has the biggest in Ogbela. But to date, we have the most expensive cement. Why? It's because of the fact that this distributor are increasing the price. And if government wants a good name, they are three. We have their names, we can identify them. They are the one increasing the cost of cement in Edo State. And let's go beyond cement. What about consumable goods? As we speak today, may God bless Captain Wilson of blessed memory. He intervened with the tomatoes. The tomatoes that you are seeing in Edo State are coming from some of the 40% are coming from Captain Wilson's farm. The man just died, and his funeral service held yesterday. His tomatoes are now littering our various markets. So government should as well encourage agriculture. But we're going to take it one after the other. But today we only came out with the idea of how to fix our road and to ensure palliatives, post-dry food, for people and citizens to enjoy this Utah period and beyond. Kelvin Usalimi said, bro, it's not about the amount of resources that comes to the state. It's all about the will to work. Odile and Amechi was governor of River. They did nothing. No, Amechi did something in River State, sir. No, I disagree. Angela, just the identify really great area. I say I don't like transportation service. I should be included. Edo line is important, but I think it may be a misplaced priority. Edo line should be incorporated into Edo City. If we say let's go and raise Edo line, raise this one, it's a misplaced priority. Go and revamp Edo line and incorporate it into Edo City transport service. Otherwise known as the Comr bus. It should be incorporated. So if we are saying let's go and bring this one, let's go and bring it, it's a misplaced priority. The Edo City transport service that should be restricting more to deliver the service that Edo line will deliver. And all the offices of Edo line should be converted to Edo City transport service. That is what we need as of now to avoid misplaced priority. Now, in respect to what Kelvin, my brother, said, that it's not about the resources, it's about the resources, sir. Now, do you know how many workers we have in Edo State? All of them receive their salaries and start 20. Some person said that local government is receiving 500 million. Yes. Do you know how many teachers receive salary? How many workers receive salary under the local government? How much is 500 million naira? If a teacher is receiving 50,000 naira, divide the number of teachers within the local government and other workers. How would local government have? So local government should be given the opportunity to be free. I know the amount of resources that comes from federal government to local government is beyond 500 million, according to the person who said it. But how much the local government will sign that they receive so and so amount of money? Is it true that they receive that amount of money? No. So local government should be allowed to operate freely. In the past, under Lucky Gbenedion regime, I could recall that local government chairman were working under Lucky Gbenedion regime. The former councillor Kagugu influenced Oregbeni Road for there to be for bulldozer to come in and for construction work under Itowan as the local government chairman. But as of today, local government we have three types of roads in Nigeria. We have the Trunk A road, owned by the federal government, the Trunk B road, owned by the state government, Trunk C road, owned by the local government and maintained. As we speak, how can local government type Trunk C road when local government cannot even fund themselves? So these are the issues we must look into. So if we must come on the development, we must allow free system, we must allow the system to work. We must not lock the system to itself. But in Psalms, he said, why can't the governor hold a weekly, I don't understand, or monthly meeting with his blogger or social media rep for face feedback in private to get to know the problem and possibly find solution. My dear brother, I will answer this one with, without sentiment. All what we are doing it on our own. On our own. On our own. Believe me, we are doing what we are doing on our own. So we don't. We are just doing what we are doing on our own. Let me just leave it like that. Nobody received 900 million in the Edo State as security vote. According to, I don't know the exact amount, but I know that with the information available to us, it's about 700 million. Whether it is 700 million, 900 million, it will be channeled to appropriate quarter. So I so much agree to your statement, Angela Auntie. Thank you. Yes. With all this, I want to round up our discussion. I think there are no more questions. And if there are questions, I'm willing to answer because by the power of God, by the power of God Almighty, we'll try as much as possible to make this a weekly activities so that we can be interacting with ourselves. Now, it's a Mendes Samedo, it's a Comr Stanley. If given an opportunity in any viable position, can you assure the general public that you will not be accountable to your godfather instead of the masses? Let me not deceive you. I will manage everybody. But if you know me too well, even if you've not seen me, but you have been watching me, you suppose know me that person will not defeat anybody. You suppose know that one. But I respect. I'm not a fear person. Then just go and ask about me. I tell you, I said when we were discussing about land grabbing, so people said that, well, you know, the former person, I said, go and bring one person that I sold the land for and they sold that same land to another person. Go and bring it. Or somebody's working on site and when they are seized the states. Go and bring it. I went there and said, give me, don't work. You must come and give me money first. Go and bring that person. I challenge people, including those who attack me. I said, okay, you said you were still at some position in your community. You want to tell me that? Go and bring it. The only issue you can call me is, yes, my community won against other community in Supreme Court. And you cannot tell me not to collect what rightfully belongs to us when the court gave my community the right to collect what belongs to them. So apart from that, you cannot tell me I'll go to somebody's site when I know as at then it is difficult to buy cement. I was building while I was vice chairman. I was building. I know the cost, what it took me to build and erect my own structure. And before I became a vice chairman, I know how it is. So, money is not easy. So because of that, I cannot go to somebody's. And then and when we were selling, I didn't tell anybody that this says. I sold land. I've said this times without number. I sold lands in the past. And while I was a vice chairman, CDA, vice chairmanship, I think I was never a member of CDA. Let's state this clearly. We were having CDAs in communities. We were having youth chairman and youth vice. I was a youth vice chairman, not a CDA chairman or CDA vice chairman. And while I was a youth vice chairman, I never sold anybody's land. I won't tell you that we did not sell community land. We did. I cannot come here now to lie. We did. Because as at then, the primary responsibility of us is for us to oversee the communal resources. And when we were vice and chairman alike, the issue related to youth chairmanship was not banned. In fact, it was even the government that was establishing it in communities. My election was supervised by those state government under Oshomole. Oshomole was aware that I ran for an election. The DSS supervised the election. The state police command, HK, the former commissioner of police, deployed the security agency to the environment to oversee the elections. So I was duly elected. I never entered the position. I never shoot one bullet to become a vice. And I left the position without shooting a single bullet. So, go and ask. Nobody told me like this, say, now this one you go do. No. I did what I'm supposed to do. Go back to my school. My school is there. Department of Urban and Regional Planning, Outreach Polytechnic. I have my lecturer's number here with me. I can give you some of them. Call them and ask. If okay, let it not look as if I gave you the phone number of the one that suits my need, because I know if you call him, we will certainly see Usakunokuni is a very good guy. Call anyone randomly. Just drive to the school, go and ask. Till date, that school have never forgotten me. Department of Urban and Regional Planning, go and ask. Few weeks ago, I received series of calls from my department. I will not make noise about it. Just go and confirm. I said I was the executive president of that school. Go and ask what my admission. And in fact, my fellow students are here watching me. So I'm not the kind of man that can just be bamboozled. But I'm not telling you that I'm perfect. But I will bring everybody together. I will bring everybody together. Leadership is not all about fixing roads, providing lights. It goes beyond that. Excuse me. Hello. Good morning. Please, I am on live. Just call me in about 40 minutes time. Thank you, man. So as I was saying, leadership is not all about tying road. Human relation skill is part of it. Human relation skill is part of it. Communication skill is part of it. You should be able to bring everybody together. That I can do. As we speak today, let me not be noisy about it. I have said it before, I'm going to state this again. Those working with me today, since you have commissioned me as an Edo person, because I know virtually all of you have given me your jobs, you have commissioned me. Those who work with me are my childhood friends. They are my childhood friends. Apart from the female folks who are part of our consortium, the rest of them, we grew up together. I try to carry everyone along. Go to my area in Guinness. Go and ask. I was born and brought up in Ibubahi. Guinness, Yeke Guinness specifically. Ibizugbe Street. Go and ask. They are all there. I don't have a single enemy. Last 2 Sundays, last 3 Sundays, some of them came to me. They visited me at my house. And we were on live video. The video is still on the page. It was there. Some of them were saying, we need leader. So I was going to come and be our leader. I said, no, we never reached that. The video is there. Go and watch. We are not faking videos. We're not street men, bros. Forget saying we not eat, we not do things to one side. But we be street boys, brother. Go just street one say we get brain join. So we not anything where you call us for, we sabi do one. If you come from academics, we dey. If you come from street matter, we dey. If you say what we do thing, we dey. Now the same thing we dey. As a street man, we not go figure see things, we just say, you must get it because inside that street you do so, you know say the street is not friendly. So you must as well be careful. And when you are being careful, you must be able to bring everyone together. I not tell you say I'm perfect, but believe me, if now one quality to bring people along, I have that. I cannot be judging my case. So what I say now, don't take it. Don't take what I said. Investigate. There's a comment I cannot read here. Is it? Someone say something. Somebody sent a screenshot of my post, or I don't know, he said, this you in the past, make we tell ourselves the truth. What are you saying? I can even help you to publish this, sir, if you want me to publish it. I said all of them are the same, it is true. He said this was what I said in the past. It's also true. Everyone knows that in the past I was not supporting Obaseki. Before the elections, I was not supporting him. Later, I joined in support. So This is not a new thing, bro. You can't. Don't. So that we don't. We can't. I'm not a pretender. I should be able to speak my mind where necessary. I don't pretend. Please share this video if you have not shared. Please share this video if you have not shared. Please. If you have not shared this video, please share. So last question. Why is Governor Obaseki looking forward to take? Last question. Why is Governor Obaseki looking forward to take over PDP structure in Edo State instead of focusing on delivering his promises? I would love to answer this, Angela. I will answer this, Angela. Now, the PDP structure in Edo State, believe me, I won't lie to you. Why Obaseki was the governor of Edo State in his first term, as soon as he won, he made a statement. He said, Your Excellency, Comr Moshomole. So I will not blame Moshomole too. Your Excellency, Comr Moshomole, you know I'm not a politician. I want to focus on governance. I will leave the party for you to control. Actually, he did. Not until when the governor ran to Abuja to say he was addressing Edo people in one Edo meeting in Abuja. He said, I cannot be a governor and not be a governor. He wants to say anything. Yeah, you are administration. You are administration. You are administration. You want to do this one. How come? Let me tell you the simple truth. If after all the experiences the governor got, it was because he was not in charge of the APC party structure. That was why he was denied the APC ticket. So after all that upheaval, after all that problem, he will not get to PDP and say, no, I want to leave it. No, believe me, if it is you, you will fight to secure structure. And let me tell you what structure is in politics. Structure in politics determines where the ticket goes. As we speak, one of the strong men today in PDP is Danobi. I'm not against Danobi. It's Danobi. And Danobi will not, even the PDP constitution recognize the fact that the governor is the leader. We are not saying that Danobi should not be second or third or fourth. He should. We are not against. You have a right to choose, but you cannot say a city governor is in state. They will, if at the end of the day the governor wants to add, they now use the party structure to seize him down. What do you expect? Do you think there are no persons on ground for the governor to make commissioners ever since? It is because of this structural issue that is preventing the appointments of various individuals. Believe you me, in respect to the party structure, I will not deceive you. The governor is right to fight for the structure of the party. And now look at how did the governor came into being? How did he manage to secure the PDP ticket? Not everybody talk. He gets some people who are not supposed to even the fit talk. Do you go ahead? Let's leave that aside for now. George Idemudia, this is a man I respect so much. I know you've not asked the question, but I must acknowledge you in this my live broadcast. George Idemudia, I respect you so much. I want to say thank you for your overwhelming support. The last time when I was having media attack against my personality, you were angry because you wanted me to strike. That I said, no, I'm not the kind of man that strikes so easily. If I strike, I will not strike and be apologizing. If I strike, I will not say I strike. I don't say, sorry, no verse. No, I don't strike. We're not in fear battle, but when you watch the one who will pull it and the one who will pull it, it is only a fool that jump into every battle. The only reason why you see us Akolokodi can move around Edo State today is because I use brain to do election. That's why people know if you work out. So some of those people that is in respect to the party structure. So the governor have a right whatsoever to hold it. Because if the defeat act like this for common commissioner, see, let me tell you, the most difficult part of governance is not governance in itself, it's power transition. To transfer power from one person to another because war for country. That is the most difficult part in any electoral process. power transmission. To take power from one person to the next person. Now war. Now look. So when you see say country survive elections, go and be clapping. Go check what the cost war for that country. Now power. During tenure, nobody dey disturb governors. Nobody dey disturb president. When they want take the power, you go see interest group want the power to come to their side. Northerners never finish the power. Then they drag for another one. They never even round up the whole again. This one the end in 2018. Then they just say no. And whereas since when the power did their hand, they have not been able to use it. They have the most impoverished population in this country. So then their population now, they run the south, they going to talk to criminal elements in our area. And they have been ruling this country for a long period of time. Nothing to write about, nothing to show, no education, nothing. But they want to die in power. Mendes Samedo say, with all your effort towards giving Obaseki second term, what can you point out from Obaseki government that is not going towards your direction, sir? Yes, with all due respect to you, well, I will not deceive you, sir. I am interested in getting position in Obaseki government, but I'm not dragging to get it. But I love to have it. But if it didn't come, and Obaseki thinks that I am not worthy to serve under his government, so be it. I'm not being worried about that. But what I'm concerned about is this. As we speak, even if from that area I am falling short of expectation, but Edo people have not betrayed me. That is what is important to me. I have not been betrayed. In fact, I think I'm the one who betrayed Edo people. Not the other way around. I'm the one betraying you people. You people have not betrayed me. As we speak today, on a daily basis, your call comes in and you have engaged me in a series of jobs. What else am I looking for? So, in a nutshell, I'm even the one betraying you. I should be apologizing, not the other way around. George, you cannot be loyal to me, sir. Now me go loyal to you because now you don't help me. I never help you. I never help you at all. You're not going to say I don't do for you, bros. So I'm the one to be loyal to you, George. Not the other way around. He said, Angela, Andy, say, hope Philip is not even dreaming of contesting 2024. Philip is a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He has the right to contest, and he has the right to dream. You have the right to decide who you want to become governor. Everyone has the right to aspiration. I'm here to say, I would like to be in the future. I'm not dreaming of it now, but I said in the future, maybe not. Whichever way, that is my right. But the other person has the right to say, you just talk about just like nobody. You cannot be. So it depends on what you think as a person. So if Philip have the aspiration to run, that is some cup of tea. But to me, for equity to prevail, I think there are regions that are supposed to have the power in the next elections. Let's be very factual. Edo Sadoru, Edo Central Doru, Edo Sadoru, Edo Nodoru. It is equity demands that the power goes to Edo Central. That's the fact. That is if and only if the Edo Central people appeals and diplomatically lobby other regions to give them support, and not by force. So thank you. Is there any other question? Give me a few minutes, please. Is there any other question? Or do you have a question about Usakunokudi? If you have, I'm willing to respond to your question as well. So in absence of any other question, let me now be getting ready to round up with the broadcast. So, Your Excellency, Governor Obaseki, because from the initial stage of my discussion, I said that the video is an advisory role. So, Your Excellency, I think you should ponder over the idea in respect to how to manage the road, the decadent natures of our road in the state. You say you may not be at Daniel. Say, how long does CFO takes to come out? Minus those that took place in the past. But currently, to me, I won't deceive you. If I want to give you a time, I'll tell you 6 months. It may come out before then. But I will not tell you it is going to be 3 months because I want you to give me money. After giving me money, I will not begin to tell you, no, the past, no, in a month, no. Before I told people 3 months, I was almost embarrassed. So for now, if you are submitting today, be expecting in the next 6 months. It may come out before then, but prepare yourself for 6 months. It may come out before then, but prepare yourself for 6 months. So that you not see reasons to be saying, oh, not be so you tell me why now. Are you getting my point? So thank you very much for that question. And let me quickly use the opportunity to announce that those who did their survey, please, your survey is out. Your survey, I won't have some of them here with me. Your survey here is out, and we have much of this survey available. The survey is out, so you can reach out to us to collect your survey plan, please. I have some of them here with me. Your survey is out. We have so much of them, but some of them are in our official drawer. So reach out to us to collect your survey plan. Agbonware, the boss, Osinachi, I've not seen your question. I will, this one are Nigerian, that's why they make sure their name. I love to answer your question. I've not seen your question. Agbonware 1, it was spoiled everywhere that day. You know what they're talking about? It was spoiled everywhere. So I want your question, sir. You are the boss. I don't with you already. You are the boss. I'm very loyal and I remain under your tutelage. Thank you very much, boss. Yes, Your Excellency, as I was saying, I've been able to give an announcement. For those who have their survey with us, your survey is out. For those who are interested to apply for CFO, reach out to me immediately. Let's put in your CFO application. Now, Your Excellency, sir, with what I've said in respect to alternative measure in addressing the road problem, I think you should look into it, ponder over it, and I know that the resultant will be efficacious and it will help in a small way to alleviate the plight of the raptors in our society, the plight of the jettanks in our society, and the plight of the Holopoloi in our contemporary urban society. So, in absence of any other question, I'm giving us some few minutes. I think some persons may be willing to express their own opinion. So let me just give 2 callers the opportunity to express their opinion. For those who want to say something in respect to this broadcast, you can call just 2 persons, please. 080 79 74 21 72. I repeat, 080 79 74 21 72. I repeat, 080 79 74 21 72. Somebody said, Austin Wunima. He said, I like what you just said, that you should be the one to apologize to the people. I love you for that, because what we are seeing now is not what we expected from the Governor Godwin Obaseki. Thank you very much, Mr. Austin. And I think your comment has been placed, has been put into context. And let me tell you, the beautiful part of it is this. I'm going to screenshot all your comments and send it to appropriate quarters. Your name will reflect all your comments. I'm going to screenshot the whole of them and send it to appropriate quarter. Your questions, everything will be sent to the Edo State government. 0 plus 234 80 7974 2172 plus 234 80 7974 2172. If you have anything, I know the network is a little bit, but if you have anything to say in respect to this broadcast, please call the line before we go off line. Plus 234 80 7974 2172. plus 2348079742172. Let me be emphatically thank our brother Niger Watch for their overwhelming effort in projecting the voice of the voiceless in Edo, and as well projecting some of us in the scheme of things. Let me.
All right. My people, I appreciate you now for that. And then I will round up. I will not day. Good afternoon. Happy Sunday to every one of you. Our brother, Comr Stanley, has also the Indocon advise the governor for the right thing to do. I think say I will take few calls before I go because I need to rush, but I want to take at least 4 or 5 calls. So I think say the advice came too early or came too late. You can call on that number on your screen. You get our number anyway. Our number waiting person they find say you not see. Let us know what do you think about this advice where Comr Stanley as also are gonna call it. Can't give Governor Obaseki so. Because I wish say they join us, they talk this one since for good. You know. Yes, my people out on they might check the people who follow me the comment section. Yes. See, mother of all moment diaspora right there. She's with us. Good afternoon to you. Best Amigbe, good afternoon to you. Lebe, good afternoon to you. Victor Freeman, I see you right there. Good afternoon to you. Sonia Alex, I see you. Good afternoon to you. Uege, Lucky, Lovely. I sight you. I see you at the same time. Good afternoon to you, my people. Jeremy, I see you. Yes. Thank you, my people. Thank you. FM Destiny, I sight you right there. You know, thank you, good people right there. I beg. If you want to contribute to this, you want to ask any question, call in. I have 1 minute. 1 minute to stay here, and then in 1 minute, the next, if I 30 seconds, I don't come out. To be honest, I don't come out. 30 seconds, I don't go. May not be like I don't let you talk. Make me want let you talk for this, and only 5 calls I go take. But in 30 seconds, now bye when they see me. You know. My people, I salute you now. Make we dey talk. Now that one I be my only take for this video. Let's be talking. Let's be saying it how it is. If you think the governor needs to be advised, advise him. If you think the governor needs to be illustrated, illustrate him. You know, if you still say the governor, no, nobody talk to him. You know what they do in Alpha and Omega, I know everything. It's okay. No problem. If the situation of Nigeria affects me, the situation of Edo State affect me, it go affect you. If it affect you, it go affect me. So the good thing about time is not be only one person they affect. So for some of us seeing the truth, we always try to bypass it. If the name say we are protecting our governor is wrong. Tell the governor what he's doing. You know, if he's doing something right, that's fine. If if you think say there are more ways supposed to do, still tell them. And I might take with that too. It not cost you anything. It not make you a bad person. Just tell them. Say, Governor Obaseki, we don't like this and we like this. You know, my people, I salute you now. Yes. And people, I want come out. And I hear it reach for the video. We'll be coming back again this evening for another interactive session. Okay, this particular one, me know you're ready for them, to be honest, because I have a place to rush to. So I go your level now. We'll do another one later. Okay. I greet to my good people. Happy Sunday to every one of you right there. Make I tell you now, say, make you enjoy the remaining days, the remaining hours. I mean, we remain for today. Tomorrow work does start. You know, work does start. For some people, they do Monday to Friday, and not the way it be. And people, they're gonna take care. And God bless you now. Who miss me? Anybody miss me for the Mike? We hear that one before I go. Let me know. 1 minute, another 1 minute. Tell me who miss me. Who miss me? You know, okay, anybody will say miss me, I go put on for screen, make I play 1 minute music, make I begin to go put on for screen. I don't see nobody miss me, but it's okay. If you don't miss me, no worry, I miss you. And that's what it is. If you don't miss me, I miss you. That's it. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday to every one of you. You know, yes. So as as the kings say, God Almighty bless you and Obaseki in Jesus' name, Amen. Thank you very much, Isaac King. Happy Sunday to you, Smith Brown. I see you right there. Thank you very much. Mommy Diaspora says she missed me. Oh, you see, I say we miss you, scatter. Who miss me? Now only mommy, now I miss me now. See, say, I never see another person who miss me for a year. Oh. You know, if you know say you day you don't like me, just by saying you miss me today, may God still bless you. Only you go, you're the verse. I don't know what you're the verse for. Yes, JB, my brother. I Tamegbe. So yes, we miss you. I don't see people will miss me already. No, Ima Elvis, my namesake. I miss you now pass. You see, this kind of love I they like. Smith Brown. Thank you, my good people. Thank you, my good people. Fat, not too much, not too much. Oh, not too much. Oh, fat, make I up play 1 minute music for now. Now go bless you now. Oh, Sagio Dua. Oh, back below. Thank you. Why they put on for screen for now? Thank you. Now God will bless you all for now. Thank you.
It shall be given unto you. Oh, we're not so more, or we are here, no. When I walk you, I will walk give you. When I walk you, I will walk give you. Maybe not I will move with just so that I know that I will.